You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
Now, a word from our sponsor, the Johns Hopkins University Information Security Institute, currently seeking qualified applicants for its innovative Master of Science in Security Informatics degree program. Study alongside world-class interdisciplinary experts and gain unparalleled educational, research, and professional experience in information security and assurance. Interested U.S. citizens should consider the National Science Foundation's CyberCore Scholarship for Service program, which covers tuition and a $6,000 annual professional development allowance, as well as providing a $37,000 additional annual stipend. Apply for the scholarship and the fall semester by March 1st. Learn more at cs.jhu.edu/MSSI.
I'm Graham Cluley, and I'm a computer security writer, podcaster, and public speaker. Back in those days, you learnt how to program by buying a magazine at the local newsagent and spending hours and hours over the weekend laboriously typing in the basic commands. And this is how I learnt how to program computers. And I loved it. And I started writing computer games for my friends. I actually began to write games which were, in a way, a mixture of both programming and literature. I got into what's called interactive fiction, or more commonly maybe text adventure games. And after a while, I began to sell those text adventure games, and those adventure games ended up on the front discs of magazines. And I would say at the end of them, look, if you really like the game, why not send me £5 or £10 and I'll help you get further in the game, or I'll send you a map. And then one day, a package arrived on my doorstep from a guy called Alan Solomon, who had played my games. And my life changed forever. I was immensely lucky. And inside the parcel, it had a cheque for £20, which is more than I ever asked for, and a copy of Dr. Solomon's antivirus toolkit and a letter saying, if you want a job, let me know. And so I rang him up and I went for an interview and he gave me a job, and I was his first ever Windows programmer. So for a few years, I was writing Dr. Solomon's antivirus toolkit for Windows. But what they noticed was that I think actually I was at a particular show where we were launching the product. And I would see the salespeople demonstrating my software, my creation. And I'd think, they're not showing the good bits. And so I said to them, do you mind if I have a go? And so they let me have a go on the stage. And soon there was a bit of a crowd around as I explained and talked through my magnificent bitmaps, which I'd designed and things like that. So I think I sort of bullied my way in time out of the programming department. So I made this great big jump. Over time, I became more and more the public face of Dr. Solomon's, talking to the press, describing what was going on in the world of cybercrime, writing articles, and generally just doing tap dances effectively. And then one sad day, the company got bought. And frankly, I think I lasted about 6 weeks. After a period of gardening leave, I decided to go and join Sophos for about half the salary, but 3 times the fun. I wasn't involved in any of the programming at Sophos, but I was involved in the social media activity, and probably the primary thing of all was something which myself and Carol Terrio, who now co-hosts a podcast with me, Smashing Security, we set up a blog called Naked Security. At the time, it was something a bit different, to be honest. when we launched it, there weren't many technology companies who were writing every single day about what was going on in terms of threats, and trying to explain them in simple language. We were trying to explain these things in a way which, an intelligent child would understand. Because I've always felt there's been a problem whereby nerds are speaking to other nerds. And I don't think that's the solution to the cybersecurity problem. I think we have to be able to communicate to everybody. Effectively, my career now involves writing articles, making podcasts, and giving public presentations. That's what I do. And people, thank goodness, are interested in what I have to say or how I say it. And so they're asking me to keep doing that. I wish I had gone independent sooner. It has been an interesting new challenge, and I wish I'd had the confidence to do that sooner and to carve my own career. There's all kinds of challenges like that. Because I'm basically a one-man company now, things like networking are so much more important than it used to be. I'm naturally quite introverted. If I don't know you, I'm quite quiet and shy, and I'll hang out in the kitchen or something. I don't really like to go to parties and things like that. I like to be around. I'm good with the people I know, but I'm not so good with people I don't know. And so I find myself at events now, and I sort of push myself and say, okay, I don't know anybody here, but maybe I should just go and chat to someone. There's still that 12-year-old computer programmer inside me who feels a little bit scared about doing that sometimes, but I think we all have to be a little bit bolder sometimes.
This episode is brought to you by Palo Alto Networks, the leader in cybersecurity. As AI-driven attacks increase, organizations can't afford to have network security that's stuck in the past. Discover how Palo Alto Networks can help you predict what's coming and proactively secure against it with a zero-trust, AI-powered network security platform built to secure whatever, whenever, wherever. To learn more, visit paloaltonetworks.com/network security platform.